Hey everyone, this is Alex.
This is Washa, we're the Full Odyssey, and this is episode 55.
Yes, and today we have a special guest on
Woo!
the episode. Please welcome Alanna.
Yay!
Hi.
Yes. So Alanna, please introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what you're about.
All right. Well, if I have to sum it up real fast, my name's Alanna. I'm 21 years old. I live in Vancouver, BC, and I've done a whole bunch of different careers.
Oh, that's interesting.
Interesting.
Yes. So the reason why I actually got you on this podcast because I know a little bit about you, and what you told me is that you're used to be a personal trainer and you're going to
Yes.
school for makeup artistry. So that's pretty cool. So let's talk about your past life first, which is the personal trainer.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were like past life, like before this one. Like,
Yeah, before this.
what were you before this one?
Yeah, before this, you were a personal trainer. So can you tell us like the beginning of your journeys of being a personal fitness trainer?
Yeah, for sure. You want me to start from the beginning? I was pretty much an athletic kid, like as soon as I was born.
Oh.
I played soccer starting in like grade 1.
Okay, cool.
And then I went until like grade 8, and then I switched to volleyball.
Mhm.
And in high school, I was doing volleyball, basketball. I was coaching. I was doing track. I was
Oh, wow.
got like 98% in gym.
Whoa.
Like every year.
We're like two nerds and we're just like so excited.
I got tired going up the stairs.
Pretty much, right? Dang.
Yeah. So basically, I was like, see, I wasn't necessarily a full jock. I was also a drama geek,
Oh.
but I wasn't bullied because I was a jock.
Ah.
Wow, you experienced like best of both worlds.
I seriously did. I got to do the geeky nerd stuff and it was great. And I had a bunch of smart friends that would help me with my homework.
Which is also great, I bet.
Yeah, and like I didn't have to like force them to do it. Like they actually helped me because they were my actual friends.
Nice.
But I also got to be a part of the jock and like the fun events and everything like that.
Wow.
So that kind of just happened, right? It's not like, did you actually like plan it? I'm like, I'm going to do 50% of this, 50% of that, or just the flow and the whole environment just kind of like, made you into it.
It just kind of happened. I mean,
Ah.
like, yeah, it was a great experience and I would never change it for anything in the world.
Oh, yeah.
But let me tell you, being a jock, but also being like a drama geek
Mhm.
was so hard because everything conflicted because no one can do both.
Yeah, I bet so. Because we're just
Like
listening to
all,
you.
all the plays were the same nights as games.
Oh no. That's
Or like tournaments, you'd have to go out of town and so you'd miss rehearsal and like,
oh man.
yeah. So I got to do a lot, but I also missed out on a lot.
But how did you balance that, right? Like how did you decide I'm gonna go to this versus going to that one?
I never slept.
Oh,
I bet so. Yeah, that was my first guess. I'm like, you can't. Yeah.
always hustling,
Yeah, like
right?
I'd have in my grade 11 year, we did a big musical. It was probably like the pride and joy of my high school career.
Uh-huh.
And like we'd be at rehearsal, like dress rehearsal week, we'd be at the school rehearsing till like 9 p.m.
Mhm.
And like I was doing sports and so many things during that. Like it was crazy. I was physically and mentally exhausted.
Yeah. How do you recover from that in a sense? Like, because you're always busy. Either you're doing something with your body, sports and whatnot, or you'll be doing something mentally exhausting. How do I say this? How do you stay alive?
How did I do it?
Yeah.
Basically, I slept a lot during class, and my grades were not the best.
Ah,
You know, all you need is just a passing grade to get through, right?
true.
Yeah, exactly. Like I would put up my laptop to pretend to take notes, and I'd fall asleep on my laptop.
Wow, those were the days, eh?
Yep. All
Yeah.
epic journey with the sacrifice.
But hey, it kind of worked out in the end,
Yeah,
right? Because
seems
you
like
got,
it.
yeah, you got to where you are now.
Yeah, and it sounds like you really enjoyed the whole trip too. So
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I wouldn't change it for the world. I mean, it was a lot of stress. My mom drove me everywhere,
Oh man,
but like, yeah, it was worth it.
MVP mom. That's
yeah.
Yeah, big thank you to mom.
So now, after finishing high school, how did you say, okay, I want to be a personal trainer now? Like, how did that happen?
Well, I think it was I was, the stress of everyone looking into schools, graduating, all that. And for me, it was very clear that I was either going to do personal training slash fitness or go into acting and theater.
Oh, okay, got you.
And my sister is also a drama geek,
Mhm.
and she was also a jock, but she was more of a drama geek, so she
Ah.
went into acting.
Oh, I
I
see.
see.
And so I was like, you know what? I'm the little sister. I've stolen everything from her growing up, so I'll do the opposite.
Ah,
That's true.
because you said that your sister's that like too. I'm like, are you sure it's not in the blood or in the gene here? Like-
It runs in the family. It runs in the family.
Yeah, like she tells me the story of her first day in class in Capilano University for acting,
Mhm.
and she would talk about how everyone was sharing their high school experience and how every single one of them got bullied
Oh.
except for her, and they were trying to figure out why she wasn't bullied. And she was like, well, I was on the volleyball team, and everyone was like, that's why.
I know we're laughing. It's like it sucks that they're being bullied, but it's
Yeah.
just like a weird.
It's true, but
Yeah.
it is funny.
That's the thing. Like, I'm like, I guess that's the way out. Yeah, just have a little bit of some sports
Yeah.
or something going, and then have like a group on the other side. And I guess it'll just maybe.
Yeah.
The funny.
So basically,
Oh,
I
sorry.
just decided to do the opposite so that I wouldn't steal another thing from her. And so I pursued that. I looked into colleges. I found this college called InfoFit, where it's a fast track program. So instead of doing kinesiology for like 4 years,
Right.
you train and like study just like high school, like Monday to Friday, like same hours, and you get your diploma in 3 months.
3 months, eh? Oh, it's
Oh.
called fast track. Ooh.
Yeah, so I graduated twice in the same year. I graduated high school and I graduated college in the same year.
Wow.
So that must have been another intense program too, eh? It's all crammed into those 3 months.
Yes, let me tell you. Oh my goodness. The amount, like, yes, we learn everything about the body, but most of us, because we're in the fitness industry, most of us learn kinesthetically, if I said that right. So we learn by doing things.
Ah, okay.
So our classroom is literally in the middle of a gym,
Yeah.
and we just work out together and learn how to do things properly.
Oh, that's pretty close.
Yeah, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, I mean it's really cool, but it also had its like downfall because everyone was so physically exhausted. Because not only do you work out together in the class,
Yeah.
but you're expected to practice it.
Yeah.
So you have to go to the gym on your own time and practice.
Oh,
Oh.
no
But
way.
then you're a fitness person, right? So you're also doing your own
Own
workout
thing, yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I was working out like 3 times a day for 3 months straight.
Ah.
Holy cow.
Like I got like unhealthy fit.
That's a new word. I never heard that term before. Unhealthy fit.
Dang.
Like it was so intense. Like one of my classmates would put protein powder in his oatmeal in the morning.
Oh,
It was just crazy.
damn. Like, weren't you like, like, how can I say, like, like your body must have been so physically exhausted, like you couldn't even get out
Yeah,
of bed.
your body would be like so sore that you probably couldn't even hold a spoon. That's
Yeah, I was so physically exhausted. Like I couldn't actually lift weights in class. I'd have to use like the super light ones.
Oh my gosh.
And then I know what you're probably thinking, like, oh well, you probably rest on the weekend, right?
Yeah.
probably not.
Nope.
That's so too. Considering your story so far, I doubt so. I doubt it.
Damn.
See, at the time I had a boyfriend who lived all the way in Abbotsford.
Oh no.
So I drove out to see him like probably every weekend. And I'd spend the weekend like out there and I'd drive all the way back to have to wake up and go to the gym Monday morning for school.
Oh my goodness.
So far, no like car accident as you go there, because I bet you'd be
So
so.
far, none, no.
Okay.
That is one thing I pride myself on. I am an amazing driver.
How do you keep that mental fortitude to just okay, there's an end goal and I keep going, this is worth it.
I think for me it's the way that I motivate myself to keep going is if I stop and I pause, everything will fall apart.
I see.
Oh, I see.
So I'm just like constantly moving. Like my sleep schedule is always so random.
Up and down,
Like
eh?
the longest I've gone without sleep is 3 days.
Ah.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
Yeah. And that's before I discovered coffee.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah, it was just a lot.
So I was just wondering, like you said, the motivation is that like if you felt that if you stop, you'd feel like it will break apart. So the thing is like, what keeps you moving? Is it by having that goal? That's why you could keep moving, or that goal is just just like the treasure at the end of the journey kind of thing to you?
That was actually a really good question. I think that for me, like, so you know how we just like we're in a pandemic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that first initial lockdown, like everyone was locked down. Like
Yep.
there was nothing. Like nowhere to go, no one to see, like you couldn't leave your house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But before the pandemic happened, like anyone who knows me knows that I'm an extrovert.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so I get all of my energy from other people.
Mm.
But before the pandemic happened, I was so much of an extrovert. If I was by myself for more than like 5 to 6 hours, I would start crying.
Oh no.
Whoa.
It's like a mental toll on you, eh?
Yeah, so I would constantly have to be around people, which is why I was
I
always
see.
moving, always like going out, doing things. Like it's a lot of people say like, "Oh, I have no friends." It's actually so much harder to have too many friends.
Oh, interesting.
Ah.
Yeah, it was just like, because like once you make all these friends, like you constantly want to be around them. But if you have too many, like
You just
you're
can't
like,
be.
I was never home.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Dang, how do like you're getting stretched pretty thin, right? Like-
Yeah. Yeah, you could say that.
For me and Boschka, actually, we were talking about this in our last episode of our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We're saying how in Vancouver, people are saying Vancouver is like a lonely city. It's hard to make friends, but
Mm-hmm.
it seems like you have no problem making friends. right?
Yeah.
So, what is your tip for how do people can make more friends or establish a relationship with other people?
I'd probably say my motivation that other people could probably use is like, well, me, I'm afraid of being alone.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's like one of my deepest fears is to be
Mm-hmm.
alone.
Mm.
And so I'm constantly going out
Mm-hmm.
because if I'm, like I said before, if I'm alone for too long,
Right.
I've been diagnosed with depression like I think it was 4 years ago.
Oh, I see.
So if I'm alone for a certain amount of
Yeah.
time,
Oh wow.
I like that's when depression kicks in for me.
Oh,
Ah.
the dark thoughts, eh?
Yeah, so being around people is my way of trying to avoid it.
Ah.
Yeah, so I don't really know if there's a technique because I feel like I saw this I don't know if it was like a sermon online or like a podcast or something,
Mm-hmm.
but I remember someone talking about how parents are hypocrites
Yeah.
to their children.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like, oh, like you'll go enjoy this event, you'll make friends. But in reality, when have adults gone out specifically just to make friends?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So it's just kind of, you just kind of got to do what you got to do.
See, the thing for me is that for me, I'm actually the extreme opposite of you. Like for me, I want to say I'm like an extreme introvert, not really. But for me, I actually when I in a company of someone for too long, I start getting grumpy.
Oh,
Starting getting really like
Uh-huh.
easily annoyed. Yeah, like when I'm in someone's company for like too long and then I have to go somewhere and then like see other people and whatnot. I just get really dark and just get really like stop stop talking to me. I need my alone time for like a good couple hours. Like I think Alex noticed this, especially since we've been hanging out since yesterday.
yeah. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
So basically, what you're saying is we cannot hang out for a full day because we would clash so hard.
I would probably start. You'll probably start seeing dark cloud hanging around me, and then when I take a bathroom break for like 3 hours, when I come back, I'll see like dark clouds around you. So it's like
Basically, that's exactly what would happen.
yeah.
You guys somehow need to trade energies. I don't know how, but you got.
You just gotta like high five really
That's
hard.
right.
Maybe our personalities will switch.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Because actually, now that Boschka mentions it, because he also is not, or I guess me too. Like we're not very highly motivated. Like we have interest in doing stuff.
Yeah.
But for us to actually go out and do stuff, there's no like push.
And
so to
especially like making a commitment to keep doing it.
speak. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, for me, it's I have major FOMO, the fear of missing out.
Ah.
I see. I got you.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. My cousin also has one of those, so I can see, and she's also a very active person. And yeah, now that you mentioned this, I'm like, I see the resemblance. I see the
connection.
the motivation and the drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my FOMO is so bad, like I will go days like just going out and doing things with friends, even if I don't want to do it, just because I know they're gonna have a good time.
Oh, really? Wow.
That's impressive. I'm honestly, I honestly was like speechless there. I'm like, wow.
I was shocked. I was like, whoa. Because if someone invited me to do something that I didn't like, I'd be like, no thanks. No problem. No thanks.
Yeah, like if someone was like, hey, do you want to go try and learn all of the numbers of pi?
Yeah.
Like me and a group of people are gonna do it, I'd go.
You're like, okay, the 300 number is this.
I don't even like I don't like any kind of pie. Not eating, not like math, not.
Dang, that's crazy, yo.
I'd sit there and I'd be on my phone, or like I'd just try and make them talk about something else. I wouldn't want to be alone, so I'd just be sitting there.
that makes sense.
I can see that. I can see that. Like you probably just sit there. You know what? This isn't very fun. Let's do something more fun. Like I'll be the showmaster. Let's go.
If anyone wants any like validation to do something impulsive, like get a piercing or get a tattoo,
right?
And you need someone to say, "Let's go do it." I'm that person.
Oh, dang! Yeah, I'm gonna take you up on that offer. Yeah, one day, I'll call in the favor.
Yeah, the thing is, like for Alex has this insane amount of interest in just everything. Be it bleaching hair, I don't know about piercing, but tattoo definitely. But every time we're about to take the step to do it, he's always like, I don't know. So maybe
maybe one day.
Yeah, honestly, I will be there to make you do it.
Thank you. We need someone like that.
I was out for lunch with one of my friends, and she was like we were celebrating my birthday like this past year. And she was like, I don't know, like I kind of want like another earring. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. And I was like, let's go right now.
The ultimate enabler.
Yeah, you're an enabler. Dang.
Yeah, like I have a total of 4 tattoos, and yes, like they all mean something to me, but pretty much they were all spontaneous.
Wow. That is incredible. It's a tattoo. Yeah. It's a tattoo.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, hey, tattoos and babies are basically the same thing. They're expensive. They're a life commitment. They're permanent. Like
true. And you have 4 of one.
The ideal number 4.
Yeah, the ideal number 4.
What kind of tattoos did you get, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, the funny thing is I always told myself growing up that I'd never get anything with color and I'd never get writing. Now I have a tattoo with color, and 3 of them have writing, and 1 of them has Roman numerals.
Oh, interesting. He's just
cool.
So I always set boundaries for myself, but I always push them, and I always break them.
Limit breaker. All right,
that's quite interesting. Wow.
So I have like 1 representing my grandparents, because they both passed away like over 4 to 6 years ago, and then I have 1 from one of my favorite TV shows, Gilmore Girls.
Oh, okay.
Gotta look it up.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I have 1 that a quote my pastor said that was super, super spontaneous. Like I decided what I was getting on my way there.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I was like, do you have time for a drop-in? Probably like an hour and a half. And they're like, yeah, sure, come in.
Wow.
And I was like, my pastor said this was cool, and so I got it.
Wow. Yeah, that is spontaneous. Like it actually is.
I even showed him, and he's like, "You're crazy."
So he thought so too. All right.
Are you planning to get more tattoos, or this is it for now?
I'm definitely getting more tattoos. I do have 1 that I have been planning for a long time, but knowing me, it's probably going to switch at the last second.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
But I plan on getting a big shark somewhere on my leg.
Oh, I see. Do you ever like think of like getting like a sleeve or something like that?
I have been considering it. I just can't decide which arm.
Yeah. Get both.
Careful here.
Just
Careful
both.
here.
Can't decide, just get both. Why not?
I mean, true.
Oh no.
Too late. You put it in my mind. Now, like, all of a sudden next week I'm gonna come in with, like 2 sleeves.
Oh my god, that would be so sick.
Yeah. I would
Oh
do
my
a
goodness. I
long
should get like
applause.
those fake ones from the dollar store just to freak people out.
Oh yeah, dang. That's a good way to test the waters to see if you like it first, right?
Yeah, definitely.
With a marker?
Yeah, that's actually something that we learned in makeup school is to make temporary tattoos.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because Boschka here wouldn't mind a temporary tattoo. I want him to get a
Yeah?
temporary tattoo.
No, Alex, I don't know why. Alex really wanted to like see me with tattoos. I don't know why. I have zero intention or zero desire to have a tattoo.
That's why I wanted to see you with a tattoo.
Try you can also do Photoshop. That was one of my sister's hobbies, is just putting tattoos on pictures of her friends.
That's actually very brilliant. Like I never thought of it. I'm like, oh yeah. Now that you mention it,
It's a good way to practice
yeah,
Photoshop
to see
skills.
like it would look good on me. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Do it.
Oh no.
The ideas in your head now, Bosch.
Yeah.
Because the last thing that we planned that was spontaneous, or not really,
Was going to Japan.
yeah, we're planning to go to Japan. Was it 2 years ago or last
Yeah,
year?
2 years
March.
ago.
And then that was like right when COVID started getting really
Yeah,
bad.
it was like when the first big thing happened and everything got shut down. Our
Oh.
ticket was in like 2 days later kind of thing. So
and that was the first and last time we planned anything like that.
yeah, we actually went really super spontaneous there, and I was like surprised I actually said yes and bought a ticket.
Yeah.
Wow. So the one time you guys are actually spontaneous, the world's like,
That's
no.
right. Nah.
I think that's a sign saying,
Yeah, not your style.
yeah, stay in your lane,
See,
kids.
see, now we have to be friends because like I'll add that into your life.
Right. You're the balance, the energy to balance for us.
I am the balance you have been looking for.
Because I was thinking like, yeah, but it's 2-on-1 though. But I got a feeling you could like overpower us easily.
Oh, yeah. I have a feeling you overpower us. For sure.
See, I get 1 vote and you guys get 1 vote combined.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what I mean.
If we're lucky, we get half a vote each.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see. Oh man. But yeah, it was we did a lot of training and personal training was very intense.
Right.
And then I worked at Steve Nash for a few months.
Oh, Steve Nash
okay,
too.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the one on downtown Granville.
Oh, okay.
I was actually the youngest trainer that they have ever had
Wow.
because I was still 18. Like I still,
Whoa.
yeah.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I actually jumped back on my chair there. I was actually surprised.
Boschka almost stood up. I was like, whoa, calm down there, buddy.
And I was training football players from like universities, and I was like,
Wow.
yeah. I remember this one football player I trained. He was so fun. Our first session, he came up to me and he was like, at the end of the session, I want to throw up. And I was like, okay.
But that's a good good starting, right? Like I want you to just kill me. Like that's what pretty much he said,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, like it got to the point where he had to ask for extra water breaks.
That's good. That's really good.
And I was like, all right, next week. And he was like, see you then.
Wow.
So I have a question for you now. That is like, you know, when you're training clients and you have an idea of whether or not they are going to stay for another session, how do you like retain your client base?
That is a good question. Basically, well, I remember if it was one of those first sessions, like they either got it for free for their birthday or something like that. And you can kind of tell that they are considering actually like sticking with it. There's obviously like this whole presentation of prices you have to do.
Right.
But if I can tell that they actually like want to stay, I'm like, you know what? Like, let's forget the presentation and let's talk about you.
Yeah.
And then just kind of like make it about them.
I see.
Yeah, because I mean, it is about them, like
It is,
in the long run, and so might as well. Like the whole point of being a personal trainer is to get people where they want to be.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So what makes the transition from personal trainer to makeup artist? What makes you just suddenly go like, you know what? Let's do makeup stuff.
Mostly COVID hit.
So it's a very recent thing, eh?
Yeah, it's actually quite a recent thing. I only graduated makeup school like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I only graduated. It was a 12-month program. So I started last year, September, and I finished like 3 weeks ago.
Wow. You said September. I was like,
Yeah, all the programs I do are quite fast.
Yeah.
Because you want to get it done and over with, kind of, eh?
That's pretty much it. Basically COVID hit and I was like, you know what? Like this industry is not necessarily for me. Like I still enjoy coaching, but I enjoy coaching like sports more.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like I still enjoy going to the gym and like lifting weights, but it's not necessarily what I want to do for a living for the rest of my life.
Oh, I see. Like, do you prefer like competitive sports in that
I
aspect?
do.
Yeah, I see. Gotcha.
yeah.
I get very intense. Anyone who has ever competed with or against me knows I am terrifying.
I can tell.
In a good way. In a good way.
My personal rule, even when I was young, like one of the coaches that I had for soccer was if you have a friend on the other team, they're not your friend until after the game.
Oh,
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
That's a good
And
mindset.
I have used that motto my entire athletic career. And anytime there's a competition and there could be a winner, I have like that mentality automatically switches on.
Wow, that's intense.
So even if it's like a friendly game
Yeah.
of like dodgeball and they're even saying like, oh, like we're not gonna have a winner, it's just for fun.
No,
I
I'll
will win.
Yeah, that's all. I will win.
There has to be. There has to be
I
a
don't
winner.
care that there's no winner or loser. I will
I'm
win.
winning. Wow.
Yeah, so
That seems
I
fun.
continually like I've had that mentality my entire life.
Has there anybody else that has, like a similar sense of drive as you do that you kind of like, compete like a rival, so to speak, that you ever met throughout?
I'd probably say in middle school, one of my old classmates, Carlos, we were always so intense about dodgeball, and we were always put on opposite teams.
It was meant to
Like
be.
no matter like for years, we were always just put on opposite teams, and I was like, yes. And like the entire time, we were dodging everyone else's like the balls that they would throw, but we never took our eyes off each other. Like we were constantly like, I'm gonna kill you.
Wow.
You're going down.
I remember this one game that we had. It was awesome. Well, for me, because I won. But I think like it was literally I cannot even make this up. It was literally down to the two of us. Everyone else was out. And like both teams were like cheering us on and it was so intense. And I was in like grade 7, grade 6 or 7, and I threw the ball as hard as I possibly could. And it hit his foot. So like basically he would be out, so I would win.
Yeah.
But I hit his foot so hard that it got swept out from under him and he face planted on the ground.
No way. Holy cow. You didn't throw
Yeah.
You threw a cannonball at that guy.
Are you sure you threw it?
You shot him, man. Damn.
Yeah, and
bro.
everyone like it was one of those moments where like my team like stormed the court and like yeah, it was great.
Man
it was
down, man
fantastic.
Yeah, the
I will
lights.
never forget
Yeah,
that.
the lights broke. The confetti started coming out. You got a
Yeah,
trophy.
and let's just say he didn't come back to the school next year. He transferred schools.
Oh, damn.
Is it because of that, or is it just like it happens to be that? way?
No, it just happened. I just like to think that it was me.
Yeah, of course it is because of her.
Of course.
She broke his
definitely.
What are you
spirit.
talking about? Of course it was me.
Yeah, broke the spirit.
The
Now you have
ultimate
to leave.
victor.
There can only be one. You know this.
This is my territory now.
Damn.
But yeah, basically, my competitive side is still here, and even in the makeup industry, like there is quite a lot of competition.
Oh, really?
How?
Because like even though like you're a makeup artist and like your friends are makeup artists, like especially right now because the pandemic's like just lifting,
Yeah.
or like we're kind of in like that weird spot.
Yeah.
But like jobs are very slim
Oh, I
because
see.
the only real jobs are like in the film industry, in places that need makeup artists.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like people are kind of like doing their own makeup now because they learned during COVID
Oh, I see.
because they were bored at home. So basically, like all of your friends that are also makeup artists, you're all trying to go for the same job.
So it's not really like how can I say it? Like you work for a company and then you get sent out whatever, right? It's kind of just like contract work almost.
Yeah.
Not right away. I mean, it's always kind of like that
Mm-hmm.
where you're trying to get the job over someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if you're in the union,
Mm-hmm.
but because I'm a recent grad, like I'm not in the union yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to get a certain amount of hours. So we're all competing for the hours right now.
Oh, I see. Does
Yeah.
does any amount of hours count, or they have to be with like a legit business or something?
Pretty much any hours count as long as it's not just like you doing makeup in your room. Like you're actually
Yeah.
doing makeup like if I worked at Sephora doing makeup, like that could count towards hours for like
Oh,
beauty, or if I'm doing like right now I'm doing a horror short film.
Oh,
So
I
that
see.
counts towards special effects makeup.
I see.
Like
But you can't be like
Yeah.
in someone's basement and then post it on Instagram. Like that doesn't count.
No, that doesn't count because it's
I
not
see.
like you can't get any like documentation
Yeah, it's not like a business.
of how many hours you did it. Like you
Yeah.
could do it in like 5 minutes. It could be a total crap job, and you can say, "Oh yeah, I worked 4 hours on this."
Well, it'll be the work tells itself, kind of, right?
Yeah. Basically, if you have documentation that you did the hours, like with Sephora, like a paycheck, or for the film industry, you get a call sheet. Like it says when you were there, for how long you were there, like everything. So you just keep all the documentation. When you want to go into the union, if you do, then you like submit it, and then you have to like take another test and do all this stuff.
Oh, I see. Oh, so they're pretty serious about getting like certified
Oh
and
yeah,
whatnot.
definitely.
Wow.
Yeah, and I am proud to report that I am winning because
Yay!
I so far have the most hours.
Wonderful. So to get the like just say the edge, like when you're applying to a job, like for example, like that the movie or the whatever it is, right? For other people, usually, to get a certain job that they want, they have to be like experienced in a certain something, right? So in this case, to get an edge on it, so preferably just the more hour you have, that's what they will take, kind of thing.
Kind of. The more experience you have, the better.
I see.
There is that line where it's sometimes more hours is better, but sometimes less hours but a higher status is better.
Oh.
Like I've only worked officially in the industry, I've only worked for like 3 official days in the film industry. We just wrapped. I actually got to work on a Hallmark Christmas movie coming out this November.
Oh, no
Whoa.
way. That's pretty huge.
Yeah.
Wow. that's
So
crazy.
those hours, like, yes, they're just hours. And like there aren't that many because I only was a day call, but I was a day call for 3 days because they asked me back.
Oh,
But now
nice.
that those people know me
Yeah.
and they liked me because they called me back and they like my work, they can call me back at any time they want.
Wow.
I see.
So really, like, basically anyone who wants to get in the industry, take any job you can get offered.
Right.
Take
and,
any job that's put out there.
and give us best impression and their best
Yeah.
work at
Like you really never know. Like when I applied for that position, like it wasn't even so on Facebook, you know how there are like private groups?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I submitted application to private groups for like professional makeup artists and models and photographers and all that. And so anyone who's looking for something can be like, hey, I need a model for this.
Yeah.
Hey, I need a makeup artist or hairstylist for this.
Yeah.
And so they posted it and they were like, hey, we need a second makeup artist for a film filming out in Langley tomorrow, 6 a.m. And I was like, hey, like I'm free. And so I messaged her and she was like, just so you know, it's a Hallmark movie.
Ooh.
Like I didn't even know when I applied for it.
Yeah.
I thought it was just going to be like maybe a student film.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But like I ended up meeting famous people and
Right.
like doing their makeup.
So does that like did you get the nerve the
Starstruck, I guess.
yeah
I didn't on the first day because I was just way too nervous and I was so afraid of like messing up. But the second day definitely because I did a little bit more research
Yeah.
because on the call sheet it tells you everyone
Right.
that's there. So I kind of like looked them all up and I looked them up with my mom in the room. And I looked up like the star and she was like, oh my gosh. And she started fangirling.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Like the star, it's very public that she's the star. So like the movie that's coming out is The Christmas Contest.
All right.
And it's starring Candace and she's the girl from Full House. So all the parents out there who watched Full House will like
Oh,
freak out.
damn.
Yeah.
That's a pretty huge star, I would say.
Yeah.
She was really popular back when that TV show was showing. Yeah.
Yeah. And like the co-star was also her co-star in Full House. So it's like 2 stars were from that show.
Oh no, is it John Stamos?
No, I wish. If it was him, I'd probably faint.
Dang, yo, that's crazy. So when doing makeup on the set, like what kind of makeup do you like doing versus like do you like prefer just like the touch-ups or you prefer doing the crazy stuff with the monsters and whatnot? Yeah.
I mean, I kind of like both in different aspects. I think for doing actual like makeup and like application, I like doing like beauty for film. So like regular faces, like making them look very natural. But when it comes to like the prep and making products, I think I like prosthetics more.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, because like with prosthetics, the budget does definitely has to be bigger.
Yeah.
But the products you get and like the process of making something is just like really cool. But I feel like it's quite equal because the rush that you get on set running up to the actors in between takes, like fixing their face and like powdering their noses and like running back and forth, trying not to run into anybody and trying not to break any equipment. It's actually quite a rush.
I can imagine because like 5 minutes of filming is like a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
So you can't really screw
Like
up.
probably like I remember we were doing this one scene and it's only like a 2-minute 30-second scene, but it took about 2 hours to film.
Oh, dang.
Because you gotta do the different angles, you gotta do retakes if they mess up lines, you gotta
I see.
and in between each take you run in, you fix their makeup.
Really?
Wow.
So at the end of the day, they're getting like caked on with makeup.
Yeah, basically.
Huh.
Yeah, so they come into the trailer and we have these things called hot towels. We just get a face towel wet and we put it in a heater.
Yeah.
And
So they just
wipe
like
their
rub it on their face
down.
and then they're like, cool, I'm good.
Dang, yo, that's nutty. So like I can say going for the prosthetics, do you have to make that yourself or do they have like molds that you just put on the actors?
It depends. Usually, it depends on what they want the monster to be. So like the short film that I'm doing right now, it's all custom. So I'm hand making the piece, like doing everything myself. Like I'm buying the bald cap because they're nicer when you buy it rather than make it.
Yeah.
But I can make it if need
Yeah.
be.
Oh, I see.
So usually you'll know what the monster the final look's gonna be, and you kind of just visual what needed and what not, and work based on it, kind of thing.
Yeah, basically.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so the director came up to me and he was like, so basically, he showed me a picture and he was like, basically, I want a monster and I want lots of teeth, but I don't want it to have a face. I'm like, okay, let's work this out. And so I have like, I get the actor who's playing the monster and we do this thing called life casting where you imprint their face, you pour in cement. And so like you have a cement thing of their face.
Oh, yeah.
So that you can work on it on your own time and them not have to be there.
Right.
I see. Got you.
Yeah, so I'm actually like making the prosthetic like now throughout this week and next week, and we're not filming till like the end of October.
How long is to make one? Like, how long does it take?
It takes pretty long.
Dang, that's
So face casting, because the casting itself only takes like the person's only covered in stuff for like 12 to 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But then it's all the work that you have to do after. You have to
yeah.
re-pour cement. You have to chisel down all the bumps, all the air bubbles. Like you gotta smooth out everything. Then you use clay to create the prosthetic on the fake face. Then you gotta create the negative of that and like pour the gelatin or whatever prosthetic
right to make
equipment you're using to make it. And it's a long process, but the actor themselves only has to be there like 20 minutes.
I see.
wow.
That sounds really fun. It's like, you know, like a handicraft, just like up to 11. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's a great craft. I think like any makeup artist, even if they don't go into prosthetics, they should just learn how to do it because like it's fun. And if you want to do it on yourself at home,
Right.
like
Especially for
face
like
casting, I'd say probably get someone else to do it because you can't see.
Yeah.
when you're face casting.
Fair.
But once you have your own face cast, like you can create anything.
Right.
Wow, that's cool. So can you tell us, okay, how about you go through the steps of how to do something like that? Because maybe me and Bosch will just do it on ourselves one day.
Face casting?
Yeah. Yeah. So just go with the step by step. Like what do we need for materials?
Okay, well, you need a lot of materials. So if you want more in depth, let me know and I can. So basically, I'm making the prosthetic out of gelatin. So I'm making a gelatin prosthetic.
Mm.
So in order to make the gelatin, you have to get glycerin, sorbitol,
Okay.
and gelatin powder.
Oh, okay.
Now, that's just for the prosthetic. And so to face cast, you need something called UltraCal 30, and that's kind of like the cement.
I see. Got you.
Now, in order to create the imprint of the face before you pour the cement, you have to get something called alginate. And so you mix the alginate with water, and as soon as you do, you have to apply it to the face as fast as you can
Oh,
because it'll dry quickly.
I see.
I see.
Yeah.
But make sure to do some sort of covering for your hair because it gets in between each individual hair. So if you put it on your top of your head without like a bald cap or saran wrap or something,
Right, you'll see all
it'll
the...
take forever to get out.
Ouch.
Oh, dear.
Like forever. It won't hurt, but it'll take forever.
Oh man.
Yeah. So after you've done the alginate, then you take cotton pads to kind of make it dry faster. So you like
I see.
put them on and then you take them off like right away. And then you take basically, you know what they make casts out of when someone like breaks an arm or breaks a leg, like that hard
Yeah.
like plaster kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You basically take that and put like 2 layers of it on top of the alginate on their face.
Oh.
And then after about like, I'd say 5 minutes, it'll get really warm. It'll get hot.
Okay.
It won't burn your face, but it'll get warm. You lean forward and you just make faces and it'll fall off.
Oh, because by that moment it's already like the shape is already
formed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
And then once you have that, you pull out the alginate and it doesn't matter if it breaks. Like you just throw it out after. So then you have the cast of their face.
Wow. It seems like a tedious process.
Well, it's a lot of stuff. Sounded like it's a lot of stuff, but it kind of be
Yeah,
like done
It's
quickly.
a lot of steps. I haven't even gotten to like sculpting yet.
Oh no.
Oh goodness.
Like it's a lot.
Yeah.
But I guess sculpting, you just kind of just break around the shape to just get the form.
Well, so you take the face that you created
Yeah.
and then you chisel down all like the air bubbles and stuff like that.
Right.
But then sculpting is when you take your clay and you kind of create the monster on top of the cement face.
Oh.
And you kind of make it how you want it to look and like you can change it because it's clay.
Right.
And then once you have what you want, what you like, you like it, you know it's going to fit their face perfectly because it is their face that you made it on.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you have to create another negative and then pour cement you have to kind of create another negative. So you have to get like a bowl of some sort. There's so many things you can get.
Right.
And then you take it, even with the clay on it, and then you put the face into the cement to create the opposite, like the positive. You pull it out, then you get rid of all the clay. That way now, the next time you put the face in, you pour the gelatin first, and then the gelatin will shape to the prosthetic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we try to do this for Halloween, that's probably gonna need a lot of trial and errors, eh? Until we actually get the thing right.
Yes, it will.
Wow.
Well, but I guess you can make your own Halloween mask. And
Yeah, definitely.
Start
Like,
your
this
own,
is
like,
this is the
Halloween
way to make the epic Halloween monster mask. I'm pretty sure.
Yo.
Definitely. I mean, it'll take time, but
Yeah.
go for it.
Probably should have done it from
And
last
there are
month.
so many YouTube videos on it.
Oh, right.
Like, yeah.
I see. That's pretty cool. Wow. So how long does it take to make like an ultra detailed one?
Ooh.
Like a week? More than a week?
Depends on how much free time you have. Like, let's
Yeah.
say like you don't have a job and you're just straight up working on it.
Mhm.
Probably about a week.
Oh, dang.
I see.
Yeah, because you gotta like eat
Yeah.
and sleep and stuff.
Of
Yeah.
course.
For normal people.
But let's
of
say if you didn't eat and sleep like me, you could probably do it in a couple days.
Yeah. I was thinking like probably 3 days is enough for her.
Yeah, 2 to 3 days is good for me.
Right?
course. Wow.
Call it.
So like, actually, it kind of works out. You're working in the film industry because the film industry is like long hours, right?
Yeah, so basically I only worked 3 days, but those 3 days were 12-hour. Like one day was 12 hours and the other two were like 13 or 14.
Wow.
Ah,
So I only worked 3 days in 2 weeks,
yeah.
but like makeup artists, we get paid really well. Like I
Yeah,
make
yeah.
approximately $30 an hour.
Nice.
Dang.
So I only worked 3 days, but I got roughly $1,000 for only working 3 days.
Dang,
Yeah,
that's
That's
crazy.
intense.
Yeah, so if you're constantly in the film industry, you're succeeding in life.
Yeah. Your prestige just go up and up. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. When I told my mom like what was going on, how things were working, and like basically what I just told you,
Yeah.
she was like, "Dang, I'm in the wrong industry."
Well, there's also like, as you said, lots of competitions and like it's fighting for the same spot almost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like a lot of people think there's only two kinds of makeup, like beauty and like prosthetics, but there's so much more.
Oh, really?
Like if you look just at beauty, there's wedding, there's like the no makeup makeups for like, you know, like soap commercials where it's supposed to look like they're not wearing makeup, but they're actually wearing tons of makeup. And like there's so many different categories.
Yeah.
There's like decade, wedding, like commercial, there's headshots for actors and like people who need headshots for like let's say like real estate cards or things like that.
I see. Wow.
Yeah.
So it's not like if you're a makeup artist, you have to be a jack of all trades. You kind of just stick in one like department.
You kind of have like a favorite,
I see.
but you kind of have to be willing to do all of them.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. Gotcha. Makes sense.
Like a lot of my friends want to do more prosthetic things, but they're good at beauty, and if a job arises, they will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of like I'm the same but opposite. I kind of enjoy doing more like editorial beauty, so like very out there but still in the beauty side.
What do you mean by that?
So like, you know those random pages in magazines that are just like pictures of models,
Right?
with like no advertising,
Ah.
Yeah.
and it's just like pictures of just like a model with like either fashion or like really crazy makeup. That's an editorial.
Ah.
So it's supposed to be like eye catching and supposed to be like
Yeah,
flashy.
basically the makeup artist has a lot of freedom with editorials.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like I follow this one photographer who basically just strictly does editorial makeup. He's super famous. His name is Rankin,
Okay.
and he's amazing. Like there's a makeup show right now. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's on Netflix. It's called Glow Up, and it's basically like a cooking competition but with makeup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's actually like the things that these people the things that they imagine and create. That's one of the things that kind of like inspired me to get more into makeup that's not just everyday looks.
Yeah, because it's almost like a life painting almost, right? Like it's
Yeah. Body painting, dang, like that is a skill.
oh my gosh, body painting.
I bet it's rough.
Yeah, that's I can't
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
There's this one video online. I think if you search on YouTube like body painting 3 shoes or something like that, there's like these guys that are presenting just like these gigantic 3 shoes on like huge platforms, and they genuinely look like just huge shoes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they stand up and they're people.
Whoa, no way.
Yeah, I saw it just now. Like I'm googling as we speak, and I'm like,
Yeah. Like they genuinely just
Oh.
look like gigantic
Yeah.
shoes, and then all of a sudden they get up.
yeah, no, I can see it. Like the body part. Holy moly, this is intense.
That's like a sculpture kind
Yeah,
of thing.
like if I look closely, I could see where the head is, where the arm is, and whatnot. But like in just like a passing glance, it'd be like, why is that huge shoes just doing there? And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, like it's absolutely nuts. Like people who can do full on body painting, I have mad respect for them, and I will never question their talent.
Yeah, for sure. That's insane.
Like even if something very little is off, I know I could not do better. So I'm just gonna let them be in that realm of high and mighty.
Maybe one day you get to try something like that.
Maybe one day.
Yeah.
My prof does a lot of she really enjoys doing like painting shirts on people. So like
Oh
painting
yeah.
clothes on people,
Yeah.
but they don't actually have clothes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like super good at it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's a good start.
I don't know about start, but like I'm also like googling this, like I check it on like Google Image and whatnot. It looks like a lot of the body painting that's shown here is very intricate. It's not just like like me or Alex just start drawing people on like with a white paint making a shirt. You know what I mean? It's no, I totally get the beauty in this. I'm like, holy crap, look at this! Wow.
Yeah, the talent that's out there is crazy.
Yeah, you got Boschko hooked.
Next thing you know, you're gonna like knock on my door being like, can you paint me like the sky?
Paint me like one of your French girls. Oh dear.
Oh my gosh. Best quote.
So like what's the how can I say, like what's the end goal for you in the makeup industry? Like do you want to just continue working, doing your own thing, or do you want to like start a business eventually, or
like is this the end goal, or is this also like another one of like another step in direction that you don't even know where you're going to kind of thing?
I think my journey has not yet fully panned out. So what a plan that I have in my head, it could change, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. So I'm hoping to like hopefully work at like Sephora or MAC or something, doing some makeup here and there.
Yeah.
Work in the film industry as much as I can, whether it's prosthetics or beauty. Beauty jobs are more common, so that's probably going to be it. And then, so my mom actually works at a university. She just got a job, and so
nice.
After she's done working there for 2 years, then I get to go back to school for free education.
Oh, no way.
Wow.
Yeah, until I'm 25, so I'll have 2 years of free education.
Dang.
Cool.
So
yeah, so I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna hopefully become a pastor.
Oh, no way. That's crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I don't know how makeup's gonna tie into that, but we'll see.
That's cool.
Wow, you have like a roadmap in your mind and everything.
Yeah, and one of the crazy things is like when I was back in high school, I always told myself like, oh, like I'm never gonna go back to school. Like I'm gonna be one of those amazingly successful people who won't get an education.
Yeah.
And look, I've already gone back to school twice, and I'm planning on a third time.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's just me, but like the older you get, the more, I don't know, for me personally at least, I think that the like it feels like your opportunity to go out to become something greater gets smaller and smaller, and kind of like it kind of pushed me to go like, I need to go back to school. I need to like gain something, learn something better to just like make a pathway open again.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think that because with high school, like you get to do some subjects that you like, but not everything you like.
Yeah.
There are so many subjects that like I did not enjoy and did not do well in. But as soon as you like go in to do something that you want and that you decided, even if it's not like the best subject or the best class, you still have that strive to like want to do well because it's something you picked.
Yes, because it's also as a part of something that you're interested in, whatnot, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. Like meanwhile, me and Basha are just like looking at you, just like
I'm like, stop bringing me into your misery. Like, be miserable alone. Like, because I'm learning here. I'm learning from.
We're learning that we have a lot of work to do.
Oh yeah, and it feels good.
Yeah, it's good. It really does. Like hearing your stories and how motivated you are. Yeah, it just goes. Yeah, maybe we need to kick things up a bit.
Definitely.
Well, I mean, you can always get like studio or whatever to pick it up a notch.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. That's actually our next step, and we're thinking of like getting it like pretty soon too. So we'll see.
Nice.
We'll see. Yeah. Well, you know how offices are; they're pricey and expensive. So we don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I was a little while ago. I was planning on either doing my own podcast or a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And and like my room is fairly big.
Yeah.
Like I have a couch in my room.
Yeah.
And so I was just gonna set it up like that and just do it in my room.
Yeah, no,
for sure.
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, even right now, like us right now, we're just doing it in like this one room basement. We're taking videos and stuff. And right now, you also do like makeup and whatever, right? Like you could totally show the basic stuff to people. People will watch that 100%.
Oh yeah. We'll be
Yeah,
there.
definitely. I mean, I have a full-on makeup section in my room and a full like sewing section in my room.
Yeah, and you got
And
your phone.
Yeah.
Wow. And so you do costume design as well?
I mean, sometimes I'm still very, very new at sewing, so I'm still like learning the basics. But I do like cut and sew like clothes that I already have to try and like do something else with them. But now I'm like buying more material and stuff, and so yeah, right now I'm making presents for like Christmas coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. One day you're gonna have a Alanna Productions, and you're just gonna be doing everything.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be really cool.
Right? That would be really sick.
And we'll be working for you one day.
Yeah, maybe. We don't know that. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, one day.
Oh man, that would be cool.
The dream just like
But I mean,
widens
hey,
again.
if you want to do something spontaneous,
That's right. Now we got somewhere to go.
Exactly. We'll take you up on that offer.
yeah, just be like, we feel like being spontaneous. Done. Hired. Go.
Pretty much.
Wait, what's our jobs? I don't know.
Let's go.
Something. So actually, we're coming up at the end of our podcast now, which is it went by pretty fast, eh? So,
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't even realize it's already been like an hour.
Yeah. So
Hey, I mean, part 2? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
yeah. Well, first off, thank you for
Yeah.
being on the show, and we would love to have
Definitely.
you back again.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime.
Awesome.
Did you want to just like shout out anybody, or where can we follow you? What's your upcoming projects or whatnot? Just tell us your future.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So my makeup Instagram account is Alanna, ALANNA. A lot of people think it's one N, but it's two. So it's AlannaB.MUA. That's my Instagram.
Yes.
All my website and emailing is on my Instagram account. You can see the big things that I've done there. Probably my favorite project that I've done is in school I created Venom.
Oh.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest hits that I've done.
Nice.
I absolutely love it. I'm obsessed. I think my next personal project will be Carnage.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah,
yes.
come on.
Yeah. Yeah, right now I'm working on a short film. They have an Instagram account as well. It's also in the bio of my Instagram account. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Wow. Ooh.
If people want makeup, just I don't know, email me.
Yeah,
Text
there
me,
we go.
message me.
Yeah. Please
Yeah.
contact Alanna and hire her to do all your stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I didn't actually
Solid.
expect that. Yeah, we make connection this way. That's just pretty sick.
Yeah, that's how we do it, man.
If you ever want to do one of those random challenges of like, oh, this person did my makeup, or like, see if I can do something blindfolded. I actually really want to see if I can do something blindfolded.
Oh, maybe when we do a video, we'll have you on and do that.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so down.
Yes.
Be spontaneous, guys.
We'll try.
Yeah, that's the motto. Be spontaneous.
Yeah. So thank you for being on the show, and we'll love to have you back again.
Definitely, anytime. Thank you so much for having me too.
Yes, thank you for being on here. And anything else you want to add, Bosch?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, so let's end it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. This is Boschka,
This is Alex.
and this is World Odyssey, episode 55.
Yes.
Thank you for listening. See you guys again next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.